Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Community Development Advisory Board. I call to order by conducting a roll call. All those individuals in attendance, say your name.
Ralph Taylor.
Sister Paula Rose Yarnick.
Bobby Snyder.
Mike Suford.
Brian Keeley.
Tony Majors.
And myself, Charles Davis. Roll call complete. So we're going to welcome a new member to the Community Development Advisory Board. We'll just have him introduce himself, Mr. Tony Majors. Go ahead, sir.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Tony Majors. I'm a pastor of Glimmer of Light Fellowship Ministries off of 10th and Ottawa. I'm glad to be a part of the Community Development Board. It's truly my desire to see our community thrive and strive to stay vibrant in this time that we're in. So thank you all for having me, and thank you for letting me be a part of this board.
I'm sure I speak for everybody by welcoming you and echoing your sentiments about having, like I said before, having somebody to fill out the board, number one, and to also represent the community well. So, next thing on the agenda is to discuss the minutes of the February 14th, 2022 meeting. We need to accept the minutes. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I move.
Okay. Second.
I have a second. I have a motion. I have a second. All those in favor of accepting the minutes, vote to accept by name.
Ralph Taylor, aye.
Sister Paula Rose, aye.
Bobby Snyder, aye.
Mike Suford, aye.
Brian Keeley, aye.
Tony Majors, aye.
And Charles Davis, aye. Motion carries. We accept the minutes of the February 14th meeting. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing? I'm not going too fast, am I?
No, you're
Great.
doing just fine.
I'm trying to get out of here. I'm kidding. Kidding. Do I have a motion to open up the public hearing for the 2022 through 2026 CDBG 5-year consolidated plan and actual annual action plan? Do I have a motion to open that meeting?
I so move.
I second.
I have a move and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Do you need us to individual? Okay. So the public hearing is now open, and I'll turn it over to you.
It appears as though we do not have anybody here for the public hearing, so I think we are okay for that. I'm not expecting or seeing anybody. Ed, I don't mean you. Are you wanting to make a statement?
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was assuming that you.
Merely to listen,
Okay, great.
to learn.
So it
the-
appears as
so
though we
the-
do not have a citizen.
Absolutely. So A was unmet public need to be addressed with CDBG funds. Again, no one seen, no one heard. And also B, to the public service agency funding, no one seen and no one heard. We'll continue to have the public hearing open, correct?
Yeah, it has to be.
It has to be
Oh,
closed.
we're gonna close the public hearing. Okay, great. I wanna make sure. Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I so move.
Second.
I have a move and a second to close the public hearing. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Moving on to number 5, throwing it back to you.
So we'll need a motion to approve the 2022-2026 CDBG 5-year consolidated plan.
Okay.
And
Before we approve it, do you want any comments?
That's why I
first?
wanted to ask, give you the opportunity to say
thank
something.
you.
before we
Yes, I
approve
do
it.
have a few things that I do want to point out. I just want you to know I did find a few more spelling errors. I did correct those. That is not reflective on the copy that you have. You know, you can read these things several times and then just look at them from a different point of view and a different avenue. So I have corrected those items. I did want to point out that some of the sources in the charts it may be questionable to you because it was to me why there was a 2017 census on there. And I did check with our HUD rep, and it was advised that it did, that is the most current census that is being used because it is updated every 5 years. If anybody has any questions about information in regards to blank information on 3 of the charts, I did confirm with the HUD rep today as well that the reason for that is because some of the subjects and topics that we have chosen to be important issues in our community that we're addressing, that information is directly pulled out of the IDIS system. And if they are just facts that they don't have current information on, then it just leaves empty spaces and it doesn't populate information. So I did address that and asked that was okay. There are 3 charts where that is. Also, I think it is important to point out that in the citizens participation outreach on PR 15 charting, I did make sure that I added on that affordable housing and transportation was an issue that was brought up on the February 14th meeting. I did put that in there. Those items are addressed in this plan if you had an opportunity to read thoroughly through the whole thing. At this moment, if anybody saw any spelling errors or has any questions or anything that I can try to help clarify, absolutely can do that.
As usual, it's very complicated, and I'm not very good at spell check.
Well, one thing that will bring comfort is that all of you have worked with my predecessor, Mary Dwyer, for a long time. And she was the main author to this, and she knew the program very well and worked with you all for a long time. So that does bring any comfort because, right, I've been in this position since March 3rd. So I was very thankful, you know, as we had pointed out at the end of the last meeting, that I was very thankful that Mary put in forth the time and the effort to help create this 5-year consolidated plan, because it is a lot. It sure would have taken
A few gray hairs.
a few more gray hairs than what I already have to make sure that we have this here for you today. So we are very grateful and appreciative of her for that. It's clearly also the greatest thing, awaiting for the allocation, or the award that we are going to get. So I did speak with the HUD rep today in regards to that, just wanting to know if there was any kind of an update. One thing that she did advise was that no matter what, even if we get the award late, the absolute final deadline, even if we turn this 5-year plan in as is, was in August. We would like for this to be turned in by May 15th though, right? Because it would mean that Congress passed everything that it needed to do in order for us to get our award and what have you, but very likely it won't be until later, in which our
It's not
seasoned,
uncommon.
our seasoned board members know that, and you all are aware of that. So these are projection numbers. And later, after we close the approval for this, I have further discussion regarding that.
If everybody's had time or would like more time, let me know. If not,
Oh, all the blanks are full.
we'll go ahead and move forward.
And I hope I gave you all ample time.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
I thought you would appreciate, in future, I'd like to give you a solid week, especially having a weekend. So I did want to make sure I was holding out a little bit, just making sure that doing some fact checks, and I know that Tony Majors, we were waiting for him to be appointed by our mayor this last Tuesday. And so I was kind of holding out and waiting just to that one morning because straight up 8 o'clock in the morning, I was calling Tony, wasn't I?
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to the board, sir.
Do you get phone calls? I'm kidding. So proceeding with number 5 on the agenda. A vote to submit the 2022-26 CDBG 5-year consolidated plan and actual action plan to the city commission. Do I have a motion? What? Oh, I apologize, okay. So do I have a motion for the 5-year consolidated plan?
I mean, pointer, do we first need to close the did we close the public hearing?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Well,
sorry.
So here's another point of order. Number 7 says we're closing the public hearing there. So I want to make sure we're not doing that. I thought we did close the public hearing already.
We did.
Okay. Should we have already, though? I want to make sure. Look at number 7.
That was just left open as other.
Okay.
In case for some reason,
No, I understand. Okay.
yeah.
So are we so we did close the public hearing though, right?
Yes.
Yes,
I forgot.
Well, we still need to, it's okay.
not a big deal, right?
He's a commissioner emeritus over here. He knows exactly what he's doing. I used to like using big words. So the vote for, do I have a motion to
Okay, so
vote?
I move to approve the 5-year action plan as so printed and so discussed.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor by name, say aye.
Ralph Taylor, aye.
Sister Paula Rose, aye.
Bobby Snyder, aye.
Mike Suford, aye.
Brian Keely, aye.
And Tony Majors, aye.
And Charles Davis, aye. Motion carries. The 2022-26 CDBG 5-year consolidated plan is approved to submit. Do I also have a motion to approve to submit the annual action plan to the city commission?
I motion, as said.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor, say, by name, say aye.
Tony Majors, aye.
Brian Keely, aye.
Mike Suford, aye.
Ralph Taylor, aye.
Sister Paula Rose, aye.
Bobby Snyder, aye.
Mixing it up there. Charles Davis, aye. Motion carries. Moving on to number 6, update of the bylaws. We'll discuss that real quickly.
Yeah, so as coming new into the position and reviewing over things, there were a couple of items on your current bylaws of this board that I wanted to make sure that we updated. They're small, but they're details that we need to just bring current to date. So what you have is number 2 on memberships. There's the second sentence advises such member shall serve 3-year term or 2-year terms. They're actually 3, as you all know. So just wanting to change it from 2 to 3. And also had a statement in there with expiring on odd years and for expiring on even years. That can just be stricken. They're 3-year terms. And the way that it goes, that's exactly how it would be. There would be 4 of you at a time that get reappointed, and then 3 of you at a time that get reappointed, if you will. So it was just kind of an unnecessary portion in there. Then number 4, down below, meetings. It advises that you meet at 4 p.m. You actually meet at 4:15 p.m. So those were the only changes. Nothing about your structure, just wanted to bring the facts correct to your bylaws.
Okay.
So the only thing we need to do at this point is vote on it then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the updated bylaws?
I move to approve the amendments to the bylaws as printed and discussed.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor of approving the updated bylaws? Say aye, by name, say aye.
Ralph Taylor, aye.
Sister Paula Rose, aye.
Bobby Snyder, aye.
Mike Suford, aye.
Brian Keely, aye.
Tony Majors, aye.
And Charles Davis, aye. Motion carries. Moving on to number 7, other matters. I'll throw that back to you.
I have no other matters other than our discussion in regards to wanting to make sure that what you have done in the past is what you're going to want to do moving forward in regards to the award. So currently, right now, you all have voted on the amounts that all 5 of the subrecipients are going to receive. If that number should, because it's a projection number, so we know it's not going to be to the dollar. So if that number should be higher or lower, if you would discuss amongst yourselves perhaps how you want that to be spread out, an even percentage or an even dollar amount, how it is that you want me to allocate that once our award comes.
And we're going to cover that after we close the,
I just kind of threw it in on the other, on you,
Okay.
Charles.
It seems like in the past that we did a percentage of what, say we got $10,000 more, then we just took a percentage of that and allocated it per portion to each of the agencies, like if
Okay,
10% of what they already asked for, or 5% or whatever. Wasn't that what we did? I think?
evenly and proportionately, forgive my knowledge of the math that's involved here, but I think everybody understands what we're getting at.
Pro rata.
Yeah. She-
gotcha, Brian. I'm with you. Okay.
Pro rata,
So, okay. That's what I shall do.
I'm gonna have to go look that word up, thanks.
I use it every day. Only reason I know it.
Well, I use other words every day, but I can't say them in
I don't know those words.
Yeah.
No problem. We will do that.
So we need a motion to adjourn. Being no further business.
Being no further business, I see, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
A second.
I have a second. All in favor by name, say aye.
Aye. Oh,
She's a little ready to get out of here.
my name is aye.
Bobby Snyder, aye.
Sister Paula Rose, aye.
Ralph Taylor, aye.
Charles Davis, aye.
Mike Suford, aye.
Brian Keely, aye.
Tony Majors, aye.
I call this meeting adjourned. Anything else we need to discuss?
Not till next month now.
It says September 12th is the next meeting, is that correct?
I'm not expecting another meeting until September
Wow.
for the, I believe, the caper.
So there's absolutely no reason why, based on the guidance we've given, that will go forward to the commission, that based on that, what's that word again?
Pro rata.
Pro rata, that there's no reason for us to meet again for that, just to know those
Right.
numbers. Will you let us know the numbers if and when?
Absolutely.
Okay, I think that's appropriate.
Yeah, absolutely. I will definitely do that. I will let you know.
I can't think of anything else.
Just like to say congratulations, you reached your new position.
Thank you, Ralph.
Congratulations.
It'll be easier next year. And in 5 years, this plan will be just real easy.
Next year, you're gonna be like, listen here, listen here, board.
No.
I can't anticipate it.
I've been one of the quickest meetings you've